What is up, guys? Welcome back to Defi Degens, Drip and Farm for Poverty, where on this channel our vision is to empower the impoverished and help you find financial freedom through crypto assets. Once again, if you like that mission, you resonate with the vision, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss another video. And this one is going to be a little more somber than the other ones because I feel it's my job, since I just got started in this, to be as transparent and honest as possible and try to remove any biases. I really don't have any because I haven't made any money on this platform. So any of the bonuses that I've got are still locked up in the platform, and I'll find out on the 30th or March 8th, so tomorrow, if I've actually made money, but that money's still in the platform. So I haven't taken any profits. So the point being is I want to actually review the launch of the piggy bank and the drip garden and how they've been performing. So if you go in the Telegram group in the animal farm, you'll see that there's everyone singing praises about the animal farm and how everything went as planned, the piggy bank, sorry. And I want to start this off, with some positive stuff because there's quite a few negatives. So I've always learned that if you want to give criticism, you got to sandwich it in between two positives. So to start, yes, he did launch the piggy bank, and it almost has $1 million locked in the contract balance. And it is something revolutionary, so there are opportunities in here to get in and stake. So all that looks to be good. On the negative side, it did not start on time. There were multiple pushbacks. Also, being in Southeast Asia, it looks like there was differences in being able to get in at the exact same time as others. There's rumors that some people got more piglets than others. I know when I did my first video, I showed you guys that 300,000% APY. That was at the 3-year mark, but that disappeared when I did my stake. I don't know if that was just a hiccup or if some people actually got that. Additionally, there's a bunch of lack of clarity in this. So originally, if you attended the AMAs, would you know that there was these things called truffles and piglets. But the way the white paper is written, so anyone who didn't go to the 3 to 4 different 2-hour AMAs would not know. They would only know about this white paper, and in the white paper there is no mention of piglets and truffles. It's all about just stake your pigs BUSD to earn 3%, up to 3% daily ROI. But the way the mechanics play out is that you are actually given piglets and truffles, and if you've been in the ecosystem for a while, you realize that piglets is plants, truffles is seeds, so you know that from the garden. That's fine, but the point being, this is not clear for new investors, and if it's not clear, then that keeps new capital from getting in, from people understanding, then spreading FUD, and then it makes the old investors panic, and it just snowballs from there. So that's another piece that I wasn't too happy about. Next is that there's nothing in the white paper about how many truffles you'll need before you can compound. Again, he didn't even mention that in any of the AMAs. I listened to all of them more than once. There was nothing about this 2.5 million truffles needed to compound. So as you see right now, I cannot compound. And I saw this issue with a lot of people in the Telegram group. So some people were able to compound with less than that, and apparently, again, this wasn't clarified, that was because in the contract initially, the people that first got in, they were able to compound fractions, and then now he changed it to 2.5 million, basically the exact same number, I believe, as the drip garden with seeds. But that already sucks for the people that could not compound fractions of their piglets from the beginning. So remember, this is a game where you're competing, yes, against yourself, but also against the entire ecosystem as a whole and trying to compound more frequently. So anyone that got in initially in the first wave, and if they got more piglets, and if they were able to compound before other people, before the fix action came into play, well, that's a larger total amount of piglets and truffles that they will be able to have. Now, we don't know if they did only for 1 week with that, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 year, 3 year. So that being said, it may not play out until later, but the point being, there is some fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and that does have some unfair mechanics. So if that's the case, we won't know until later. But I am not able to compound on any of these, so anyone who is able to can actually definitely make a lot more piglets and therefore truffles in the long term. So all of my stakes did get the same amount based on the amount that I deposited, so it does seem to be quote unquote fixed now. And if this plays out like the garden, then supposedly as you get in later, you'll have a better opportunity. That's still yet to be seen. What else? So this is another thing that was supposed to be really beneficial. So the whole purpose of creating this piggy bank was to create some stability within the pig and dog token. Okay, well, I'll show you shortly that there is no stability, and if anything, it's gotten a lot worse. And that is to be expected with initial project launches. But there was all this hype, and I thought about it as well. I went ahead and got 13 dogs, but it's supposed to react like the BREAP token. Well, that's not going to happen, because in BREAP with the drip system, you have to have a referral. In this one, you do not have to join and use anyone's referral. Anyone can get in without a referral. So in the drip faucet, BREAP is mandatory. I wouldn't say mandatory, but a referral is mandatory in order to get in, right? It's on that home page that if you don't have a buddy link, it will use the dev wallet, the marketing wallet, whatever the hell that is. But someone automatically gets your bonus because you are joining underneath someone. So therefore, because that is a mandatory thing, that makes BREAP much more bullish, because that's necessary to get into the system to begin with. However, in the animal farm, you don't need it. See, it says support marketing developing. You don't need to have a referral. It's a nice to have, meaning you can get airdrops and things of that nature, but there's nothing mandatory about it. So therefore, dogs will not behave like BREAP, because there's nothing that makes someone join underneath another person. It's totally optional. And all that being said, we can take a look literally at all of the projects so far and see that in the last 24 hours, pigs are down 27%, drip is down another 9.5%, dogs are down 12.8%, BREAP down 23%. So all the projects as a whole are not looking good at all. Yes, the global markets are still down, but they're not down as bad as this. Me personally, this is not financial advice, but just a word of caution. If you are not in any of these platforms right now, I would wait. I would literally sit on the sidelines and wait. And I wouldn't make any decisions until you see a clear trend that things are changing, especially when you're looking at pigs have just taken a massive shit. Like, I listened to Forex talk about how this would be, good for pigs and all that. And again, still hasn't played out. The piggy bank has only been like 2 days, so I'm not trying to FUD the entire project. I'm still bullish on what Forex is building, but I gotta be honest, this does not look good at all for the short term. And then anyone who doesn't know or hasn't been in Forex's old projects, they're gonna see this and be like, yeah, I'm gonna steer clear of that until there's some clear kind of indicator that you should get in to, and it's going in a reversal basically. Right now it's just super bearish. Even drip continues to take a hit. Not as much because this one's been around for a while, so the only hits it's taking is from the people that were in way back in the day. I don't believe anyone that got in since January is taking out capital, because that would be extremely stupid. You bought it at 160 and it's down to 70. I have not taken out anything on drip, but it's taking super long to load. So again, not financial advice. I would just advise you to wait on the sidelines for now. And then make a decision once you see that there's some kind of reversal pattern or something like that. But for me, all of the limited technical analysis that you can do on these kind of cryptos that haven't been around long enough, that's showing that it's not holding support anywhere. Like, it just continues to break through support left and right. I think I had it on the 1 hour chart. So the next one that I'm looking at would, if you were to look at getting in or adding capital, buying the dip, so to speak, is this down here around 60. It's a range, so between 60 to 65. If it bounces off of 60 to 65 and starts to go back up, that may be a good indicator. But right now, it's broken all levels of support. We had one at 80, we had one at like 75, we smashed through that. So this one in here is, like I said, it's a range. It touched a bunch of different points in here, 65 to 70. We're currently sitting at 71. So that's just for drip. The animal farm, pigs and dogs token are way too new to know what the hell to do with those. But dogs, like I said, so pigs and dogs were supposed to be helped by this protocol, but there was just a massive sell-off. So dogs was around 60 bucks, now it's down to 48. And so does not appear to be helping dogs currently at all, nor pigs. So it's just been a downward trend, steady downward trend. Now, this can reverse. Like this, again, every project, when they first launch, there's the extreme hype. People get in, they can get in, they buy low or whatever, buy the rumors, sell the news. So they may have purchased all this at a much cheaper price before. It pumped up enough for them at this launch, and then they sold off, especially with pigs, because pigs shot up a bit and then dumped off. So we have to just wait to see how this plays out a month from now or something like that, and go from there. But again, not financial advice. I would just say sit on the sideline. Sometimes the best thing you can do is not do something. Like if you're already in, don't panic sell unless you need the money, because if you got in, then you got in based on the hope and vision of Forex and what he's going to do with this in the long term. So that means just kind of ride the wave. And again, you should have gotten in with what you could afford to lose. So be willing to take the L if that happens. So I'm just bringing you guys some transparency and honesty. I am not happy right now, 30 days into my journey almost, and this is just utterly shitty. That's the best way to describe it. But one more thing with the drip garden, I want to mention that as well. So I thought that, and listening to, again, Forex and other YouTubers and all that, they're like, you can outpace the decay, you can outpace the decay. I'm going to clarify that. I think you can outpace the decay of the plant, but you can't outpace the decay of the BUSD drip liquidity pool pair. So that is dropping tremendously, as I showed you with drip. So therefore, no matter what you got in at, especially if it's prior to the initial launch in the Manor Farm, you're just sitting around losing on a daily basis. So my original investment with this was about $18.50 is what I got in at, and then I just added another 200 because I had some sitting around, and I was like, I thought I was buying the dip, and so I'm in right now for about $2,000, and my total plant value is worth, $17.06. Now, if drip goes back up, then this will be looking a lot better. But as of right now, this is just shitty. There's no other way to describe it other than the fact that the whole market is taking a hit. But right now, I think we are definitely in a bearish trend. And these, I was trying to use a calculator online because I got this sharing just a screen, but it doesn't matter. So point being, right now the drip BUSD pair is down to $30, and I can see this going down to 25, 20, who the fuck knows. And as that continues to go down, obviously that's going to affect the plant price that I have. Now if this gets back up to 50, let's say drip right now sitting at 70, gets back up to 100, then this drip BUSD pair could then in turn be about 40 some odd dollars, and that will put this well above 2,000, and that will help tremendously. So the long and short, the plant price does matter in relation to the drip BUSD pair, and right now we are all losing tremendously based on drip just dropping. So hopefully these new announcements and partnerships that he has will in turn help pump the drip price back up. So that's why I'm saying if you're already in, just compound as often as you can. Try to get your bags up, get the number of plants up. I'm still going with my strategy of 1,000 plants. and then I'll make a decision at that stage. Hopefully by 1,000 plants, this has improved. So, but as of right now, there's no hopium that I can give you guys. If you're in, just hodl and compound. If you got into the piggy bank, just hope that this will start to correct itself. And again, that's why you time lock. So I'll see on one of mine, not this one, the other account, I did 3 weeks. So maybe after 3 weeks, this will take a different look and it'll look a little better. But I honestly have no idea at this stage. So I'm just being honest with you guys, admit that I was wrong regarding the garden and getting into drip at this stage. I do still have hope. I'm not fudding the project. I'm not selling. I'm still in this for the long term because that's why I got in this to begin with. It's just like if you get into Bitcoin, you know the long-term store value of Bitcoin and that it will inevitably go up. So right now it's just taking a hit, but if you just hold it. So since drip has proven over the course of almost 1 year now that it is sustainable and it is not immune to market trends, just like everything else, what goes up must come down, then I'm just gonna ride it out and see what happens. But as of right now, if you are not in, do not get in. That's just my personal opinion, not financial advice, of course. And if you are looking to buy the dip, I would wait on that as well until you actually see a clear reversal trend in the one of the whatever asset you're looking to get in. The only other little bit of hopium is that when these things pump so far, at least with drip from what we've seen, so it can have a tremendous dip and then it can pump extremely quickly. So keep that in mind that this can reverse and it's not all bad news, because we saw an insane like 4x, 3x pump. Where was that? Let's see. It was back here, taking a while to load. Oh shit, it's not playing nice. There we go. We'll look at this one. This was 19 January, around $65, and then in less than a week, let's just call it 10 days, less than 10 days, it went up $40. So who knows what will happen with this? So let's keep hope alive, a little hopium, and see how that goes. So I'll end it there, guys. Been long enough. So again, not fudding, not selling, not getting out, but just sit on the sidelines and look and wait if you aren't in already. And if you are, compound as much as possible. So until next time, guys, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.